everybody, and we are here at the AWS DC Summit in Washington, D.C., appropriately named, right? I'm your host, Kyle, the friendly neighborhood senior security solution architect that focuses on threat detection and incident response. Time that one, Aaron, please, and thank you. I am joined by Jeff.
Hey everyone, my name is Jeff Marushak. I am a senior solutions architect with our DoD Air Force team. Glad to be back here at AWS On Air live. And let's pass it over to our guest, Siri. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, I understand you're going to be demoing Amazon DevOps Guru for us, and how Amazon DevOps Guru can help developers be more proactive with their workloads and understand, is there a pending risk to a particular service? So let's go ahead and get into it.
DevOps Guru is helping us, monitor the application. It's also automatically give us the, detect the issues. So then, and also will give you the recommendation so then we can, react to it quickly. So, and it's used the machine learning model that learning about your application behavior and figure out what is normal, what is not normal, or anomalies. And then once it's found the anomalies, it will, detect it as what we call insights.
Sure.
Yeah, so this is on the screen here is a first screen. Once you enable the DevOps Guru, will wait about, a few hours to 2 days, and it could go back to a few weeks to learn about your application, right? And then once it learn about that, it will, like I said, understand what is normal, what is not normal. And then once it's seeing what not normal, it will show you, the health of your application. It's going to show you, what kind of insights, right? Detect the insights that is going to tell you. So the main dashboard will tell you how many resources that it's, analyze. DevOps Guru will ingest the data such as CloudWatch metrics, CloudFormation, the data about in CloudTrail, and then kind of correlate those data together for your resources and figure it out, what's going on there.
Okay. Now, when we're looking at this, what would you say are some common use cases for a customer that would want to start using Amazon DevOps Guru?
Yeah, I would say, right, nowadays we build our application with lots of Lambda, right? So to build the monitoring system from scratch, that's a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
Those DevOps Guru is actually with the one button, right, that you can just enable it, and it will analyze all the data that I talked about earlier about your resources and help us figure out what could go wrong.
Okay.
And what is going wrong, and that's what we kind of call the insights.
And this isn't requiring custom tooling to be created, or a customer to code their application to provide these insights. These are using Amazon and AWS native services to create these insights based on common patterns, or how is it doing that?
So it's a machine learning.
Okay.
It's a machine learning model, right? So something that AWS, as we have the experience. It's 20 years of operate large-scale application. We use that to build the model, and that model is actually we use that to learn the behavior of the application based on, like you said, right, the data that we already provided.
Now, I see reactive and proactive. Could you give me an example of what a reactive insight would be and a proactive insight?
Yeah, proactive insight, let's talk about that first. The proactive insight is something that, once the model baseline the data, but it sees as, anomaly, and the model is also detected that this could be a problem or it could save the money in the future.
Okay.
That is a proactive, that something if you do it now, then it will prevent the problem that could happen in the future, right? those are like such as like, you know, underutilization of some services like this is a DynamoDB, right? The reactive insight is something that happening now, and you have to like
Respond to
respond it now. So I want to actually, this is the account that I built, my team now built the application that, you know, processing the data. And I actually use this real life, use DevOps Guru and actually figure out the problem with my application, right? If you come into the like reactive insight, you're gonna see that it has all the, you know, the metrics that the model
cool.
think that it's anomalies. It's a metrics from different services, right? This is the state machine or step function, API gateway, SQS, right? And then they put it, the service put it in one single page so that it's make it easy for anybody just come into the one single page and see the problem.
So this is great because a lot of applications, they all behave differently, right? I would say no one application operates the same. And because it's using machine learning, it's probably building a foundational baseline. And once it falls out of baseline, it will then generate that insight for you with minimal, I would say, effort to have to say, okay, what kind of metrics do I need to configure for us to provide like a notification of something is wrong?
Yeah, exactly. If you have to build this yourself, a common mistake is you missing some of the metrics, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that the service it's looking out for you that way, that they're looking for that for you. You don't have to actually configure it. And what I really like about this, right? It's also give you the relevant event timeline. It actually knows that on the 7th, I did the deployment, right? This is the data coming from CloudFormation. And it's also look at like, knows that there's some security change. This is the data that coming from CloudTrail, right? So you can actually looking into the CloudTrail. If I go into there, it will show you the CloudTrail.
And I think this is important to understand too, because if there was a potentially breaking change, this would be kind of highlighted, like, you know, you make a configuration change, then all of a sudden you're getting a bunch of 500 error codes, which means something bad happened, or a service is unavailable. You could track that down.
Yeah, and also maybe something happened because deployment, right? You kind of able to correlate all these things that happen all together. So in this case, I dumped like thousands of documents into my application and see what happened. So apparently there's something wrong with step function, and this is actually helped me in real life. So I click into the step function. It lists all the failed execution, and if I go into here, it's actually tell me that the service is storing my request to the text track.
Yeah, I think this is it's important because sometimes there'll be issues like this, and maybe your application will just like barely work, and you think that's normal, and you might never know that there was some stalled problem, and this is going to help you just improve things all the way.
It's kind of like my code. It barely works, but it works all right.
Yeah, it works most of the time, and you never know until something looking, you know, you really look at it, right? So on the DevOps Guru, like I mentioned before, it's give you all the context, what's happening around it, also give the recommendations, which is very important, right? So you don't have to be an expert day one.
Right.
You can come to here, and then it's give you the link to the document, how you you know, troubleshoot all this kind of stuff.
And I also like it shows the reason why DevOps Guru made this recommendation as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of times customers will just say, "Oh, Lambda's going to solve all my problems. DynamoDB is going to solve all my problems. Let me just use it and forget it." And this is going to help you learn all those finely tuning details to help you improve as well.
Yeah. So thank you so much for showing us Amazon DevOps Guru. For those that want to get started, are there workshops they can look at?
Yeah, there's a workshop that we have, and if you the easiest way actually, you know, to get started, it's just one enable button. You click enable, and then you have options to just choose the entire to look at the entire account, or you can just pick one or two CloudFormation stacks, so you don't have to actually choose anything.
Well, thank you so much for showing us Amazon DevOps Guru.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Friends, stay tuned. Jeff will be back. I'm heading out of here. Everyone have a wonderful time.